A European city just crawling out of the Industrial Revolution. Factories running on smoke and coal. Streets packed with the noise of horse-drawn carriages. And right in the middle of all that, a young guy named Robert Bosch opens up a tiny little workshop. Now listen, this place didn't look like much. Just a small room, a few basic mechanical tools, and one man with an insane level of determination. Bosch was obsessed with precision. He'd sit there for hours, going over the same metal part again and again, measuring it, adjusting it, testing it, until it hit a level of perfection most people wouldn't even think was possible. And then came the invention that changed everything. The very first electric ignition system for cars. See, back then, cars were unreliable. Hard to start. Most people didn't even trust them. But Bosch's system made them safer and way more dependable. It looked like a small breakthrough, but it opened the gates for a full-blown technological revolution to take over the auto industry. From that little workshop, Bosch became a crucial supplier for the rising car companies of the time. And decade after decade, the company kept growing. From a tiny mechanics shop to a business delivering products all across Europe. That was the beginning. The beginning of a hidden empire that one day would shape an entire world. From the heart of Stuttgart, from a workshop nobody thought would matter, came an idea. An idea that today powers half of the cars on this planet. When you think about cars, the first names that pop into your head are Mercedes, BMW, Toyota, Ford. But what most people don't realize is that behind almost all of those cars, there's a hidden brain. A brain called Bosch. So let's step back for a second and ask, what really makes a car safe to drive? The answer is hiding inside Bosch technology. ABS brakes. When you slam the brake pedal in an emergency, that system stops the car from skidding out of control. ESP, the electronic stability program. That's what keeps your car balanced when you're taking sharp turns. Fuel injection systems. They're the reason modern engines became more efficient and way less wasteful. And then there's the sensors, dozens of them. Measuring wheel speed, outside temperature, brake pressure, analyzing all of that data in just a fraction of a second. Here's the crazy part. You might never see the Bosch logo on your car. But every single day, from the moment you hit the gas to the instant you slam the brakes to avoid a crash, you're relying on Bosch. Think about it. Millions of cars around the world, on every street, in every country, all running on systems that Bosch developed. This company is literally the heartbeat of the entire auto industry. You might have never noticed the Bosch logo. But the truth is, you've been living with Bosch every single day, without even knowing it. But the story doesn't stop with cars. Bosch decided it wasn't just going to be a supplier for the auto industry. No. It was going to be a part of people's lives themselves. At home, Bosch is there in your washing machines, your refrigerators, your vacuum cleaners. At work, Bosch is powering drills, heavy tools, industrial equipment. In energy, Bosch is building storage systems and green solutions for the future. And in tomorrow's world, they're pouring billions into artificial intelligence, shaping what's next. Now, the numbers here are insane. Over 400,000 employees worldwide. More than 80 billion euros in annual sales. Branches spread across 60-plus countries. You might see the Bosch name as just a logo on a tool in your house or on some small device. But the reality? Bosch has become a global network. It's inside your home, your office, your car, even your personal devices. Bosch isn't just a company. Bosch is the infrastructure of the modern world. Bosch today isn't stuck in the past. The company is standing right at the center of the race for the future, self-driving cars. Inside Bosch labs, engineers are building the brain and the senses of tomorrow's vehicles. Ultra-precise LiDAR systems, high-resolution radars, next-gen cameras that can detect the tiniest details on the road. And behind all of that, powerful artificial intelligence thaddies it all together. These systems don't just react. They think. They analyze traffic in milliseconds. They predict what other drivers are about to do before they even move. They can avoid accidents before they happen. They can pick the fastest route through rush hour traffic. They can save fuel, cut down emissions, and make transportation cleaner than ever. But here's where it gets a little unsettling. When your car becomes a moving brain on four wheels. When it makes decisions for you, who's really in control? Is it you sitting behind the wheel? Or is it the company that designed the algorithm? Because think about it, your future car won't just drive. It'll decide when to brake, when to swerve, who to save in a split-second crisis. And sometimes, it might even override your commands. Bosch isn't just building car parts anymore. Bosch is building an entire future, a future where your car can see, can think, can decide. And maybe, just maybe, a future where it doesn't always need you. Every great power comes with a price. And Bosch's massive dominance raises some very real fears. Economically, millions of jobs around the world depend on a single supplier. If Bosch ever collapsed, an entire industry could fall with it. Security-wise, today's cars rely heavily on software. Imagine a hacker gaining access to ABS or ESP systems in millions of vehicles at once. That's not just a malfunction, that's chaos. Future risks. What if the algorithms that control self-driving cars make a mistake? Or worse, what if those systems end up in the wrong hands? The consequences could be catastrophic. Just picture it. One company, with systems embedded in millions of cars across the globe. A tiny glitch in their code could mean massive accidents happening all at the same time. Every great power comes with massive responsibility. And today Bosch isn't just a company, it's the gateway to future that could be smarter. Or far more dangerous. From a tiny workshop in Stuttgart to an empire that stretches across the entire world. From a simple ignition system to artificial intelligence deciding the fate of cars and entire generations. Bosch today isn't just a company. It's a network, a hidden brain, woven into everything around us. You might not see their logo every day, but you depend on it every single day. And the big question that keeps hanging in the air is this. Will cars in the future drive themselves? Or will Bosch be the one driving the entire world? Honestly, guys, while I was putting this episode together, there was one thought that kept running through my head. We always talk about the big car brands, Mercedes, Toyota, Ford. But the truth is, there's another company working behind the scenes. And without it, cars as we know them today wouldn't even exist. That company is Bosch. Now for me, Bosch isn't just some name you see on a washing machine, or a logo on a power tool in your garage. Bosch is literally the hidden brain running half the cars in the world. Think about it. Whether you're driving a German car, a Japanese car, or even an American one, there's a huge chance it's got Bosch tech inside it. ABS brakes, ESP stability control, electronic fuel injection, sensors everywhere, all these systems we rely on every single day. But how often do we stop and ask ourselves, who actually invented this? Who built it? And that's what blew my mind. You might never see the Bosch logo on your car. But the truth is you're living with it every single day without even realizing. And to me, that's both brilliant and terrifying. Brilliant, because Bosch managed to become a core part of the industry without getting caught up in flashy branding wars with the big names. But terrifying, because imagine this. Millions of cars all over the world depending on one company. If one day something went wrong with Bosch systems, the whole world could be affected. And honestly, I've got this really conflicted feeling about Bosch. On one hand, I've got so much respect for what they've built. From a tiny little workshop in Stuttgart to a small idea that ended up reshaping the entire auto industry. And now, a global empire. But on the other hand, that kind of dominance is scary. Especially now with Bosch leading the charge into self-driving cars. Cars that can think, decide, and move, without us even touching the wheel. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. Whose algorithm is really running that car? Who's in control? The driver or Bosch? I think what Bosch has done so far is absolutely incredible. But we need to remember, any massive power like this needs oversight and accountability. Because at the end of the day, our future on the road, our safety, even our lives, are now tied to a company most people barely even notice. We might not see them. But make no mistake, they see us. And in many ways, they're controlling us every single day.